Good morning. How's everybody doing? What a beautiful day. Thank you for braving the parking situation. There's something really amazing going on this morning, though. I heard, and don't quote me on this, but I heard that there's 20,000 people doing the breast cancer march this morning in downtown Boca. So don't quote me on that number, but that means there's a lot of people being touched by breast cancer. I bet everyone in this park has in some way been touched by it. And so I want to dedicate our practice this morning to everyone who has ever been touched by this plague of our generation. And I want us to do our work in terms of hope, not grief or fear, but hope for the future. 20,000 people just in our little pocket of the world. That means there's thousands and thousands more all over that are raising money and awareness so that things are going to get better. So we have better treatments, we have better support, we have better, connections and strength in facing difficult things. And so I want you to know that your work today, as you move through your practice, your energy can lift and support all of those that are walking. How does that sound? Sound good? Every once in a while, I like for us to take our attention off of ourselves. Very often I ask you, what is your intention today? What kind of work are you doing? What is it about you that you need to heal? But what if today we just stepped out of ourselves and we put all of our energy into supporting somebody else? I think that's a really, really amazing thing to do, is to really realize that there's something so much bigger going on in the world than us. How's that sound? Yeah? All right, so come into child's pose. Let's put the third eye right down onto the earth. Make your knees a little bit wider so that you have an easier time breathing. And stretch your arms forward so that the upper lungs have space and you can access it with the breath. So every breath today, in love and support, in generosity, in love. Go ahead and walk your hands over to the right. And as you walk to the right, feel the left side of your body stretch a little. And don't go too far. I want you to go so that your chest goes to your knee, but you go soft enough that you can melt your left shoulder toward the mat. So just kind of melt the left shoulder down. Maybe even turn your head to the right so your left cheek goes down. And again, just feel that heart space open, a little melting of the tension in the upper body, breath flowing free. Go ahead and take one more inhale here. Exhale with an ah. And then just start to walk it through the center and over to the left. Go as far as you can, but softly. Don't overstretch it. Bring your chest towards your left knee. So you can even put your body on top of your leg and melt that right shoulder down. And there's already something happening. You can already start to feel the tension. And with every breath, maybe the tension starts melting. Sometimes we wear our tension like armor, like this hard outer shell. And today I'm going to ask you to break that shell and open up your heart and do your yoga in service. Let's bring it back to center. Go ahead and start to lift yourself up. Tuck your toes under and stretch into downward facing dog. It really feels like summer is over now, huh? It's quite amazing this morning. Listen to the wind rustling through the leaves. Breathe in and be part of that fresh air. Lift your hips a little higher and send your weight back. Let's take one more breath. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Just go ahead and go toward the back of your mat. Lift halfway up, inhale. And then fold, exhale. Let's do that again. Come halfway up, inhale, flatten the back, look at the front edge of your mat. And then exhale, fold. With sensitivity again, inhale, lengthen, no explosive movement. We're going to walk the hands out and come into plank pose. So in plank, we actually acknowledge our strength. We use our muscles. Take a nice deep breath in, and then bend your elbows and lower down slowly. Take it onto the belly, point your toes back. Inhale into cobra. Pull the shoulders wide and the elbows narrow. And then exhale, release, downward facing dog. Push through your hands. Feel how you make your body expand. And know that with every breath and every movement, we're just cracking a little bit of that shell. There's something quite courageous about being vulnerable and just allowing yourself to feel and to be of service. You know, we don't have that conversation often on the mat, but for me, that is so much about what yoga is. Push back just a little bit, and then exhale, look forward. Let's walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale, fold deeply, exhale. And now with a flat back, lift your head and your chest and rise all the way up. Reach as high as you can. And then bring your hands right to your heart. Inhale, arms reach. Breathe deep. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Step, step back and lower on your exhale. Take your time through your movements. Lower down slowly. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Awaken the right side of the body by pressing the hand and the foot and lifting the hip, and just feel the right side a little bit more alive. And then do the same on the left, and just notice that there's space there to move into. And then expand in all directions. Hands push, hips rise, heels sink. The legs press back, and they do it with muscle. The legs are probably one of the strongest parts of your body. Use them. Take one more breath, and then look forward. Let's walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. It's likely that if I asked you to do this for someone else, you'd be more willing than doing it for yourself, right? Push down into your feet, come to standing, stretch high, and then bring your hands right to your heart. Good morning. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Step, step back and lower. Inhale into cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Let's all take our right leg and lift it up in the air. Lift it high and stretch it till it feels so good. And then exhale, bring that foot forward to your hands. Come into high crescent lunge. And could you somehow, in some way, create this action and this pose as if it were of service? Like as if it were an offering rather than just a position. Like could you use your body language to make it an offering as if you were doing it for something, someone, something bigger than you in this moment. Let's reach the arms back. Maybe sink just a touch deeper. Give me one more breath. And then exhale, flow it out. Hands down, step back, and lower. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, down dog. Take your left leg and reach it high. Just spread your toes up to the sky. And then step it through, right through to the hands for high crescent lunge. And again, just remember that our yoga is not a performance art like dance or gymnastics or I don't know what other kind of performance arts there are, but it's not like a dance show. It's a spiritual practice. And we can use it for good. When we take this opportunity to raise our own vibration and do that in service of others, we raise the vibration of everyone we come into contact with. For some magical reason, everyone driving by right now is getting a little dose of what you're putting out. And so give it bigger from the heart. Reach a little higher, sink a little lower, take a breath, and then exhale, flow it out. Hands down, step back, and lower. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, down dog. And when I encourage you to make it the best down dog you can, it's so that it puts off the best vibration and the best energy. Not so it looks the prettiest or it reaches some level of perfection, but it's so it exudes love, service, compassion, forgiveness. Take one more breath and then look forward. Walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale, and then fold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose, one breath only, reach up high, and then come to standing, reach higher, and draw your hands right to the heart. Inhale again, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, just fold in deep. Halfway up, inhale, step back again, and lower on the exhale. Try to move with your breath. Inhale for cobra, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Without lifting your leg, we're going to just simply step right foot forward to the hands, turn the left foot flat. Rising up for warrior one. And again, another opportunity to express. Express more fully. Use your hands. Your hands are an expression of your heart. You can close your eyes or you can open them to the sky. Do what's going to make you feel more connected to the work. Take a last breath here, and then exhale, flow it out. Hands go down, you step back and lower. Try to move on your breath. Inhale as you do cobra, and exhale on your way to down dog. That's it. So same on the left side. The left foot's going to step up, and the right foot turns flat. Rise for warrior one. I imagine that every single person walking this morning right now as we do our practice feels like a warrior in some way. Can you connect to that? It's out there. It's just a matter of our consciousness tapping in. Take one more breath. Sink a little lower, reach a little higher, fully express, and then exhale, let it go. Hands down, step back and lower. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, pull it back, down dog. So I really love the way you're moving today. And I think something really amazing happens when we kind of step out of the equation. When we do for others. We don't worry so much about ourselves. We let go a little bit of the inner dialogue and know that our purpose is a little bit bigger. Let's push back a little more. Inhale, and then look forward, jump, step, or walk to the top of the mat. Come halfway up on the inhale, and then fold, exhale. Nice. Bend your knees, chair pose, one breath. And then stand tall, reach for the sky, and then hands right to your heart. All right, all together now. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Step, step back to plank and lower. You can do chaturanga or go to the belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, down dog into warrior. Right foot steps, left foot turns flat. One breath only this time. Reach up, fully express it, and then exhale, flow it right out. So you come right back down, hands down, step back, lower. Breathe in as you take your back bend. Breathe out as you push to down dog. Left foot steps, right foot flat. Rise on the inhalation. One big, beautiful breath. And then exhale, let it go. Hands down, step back, and lower. Nice. Cobra on the in-breath, down dog on the out-breath. And 5 breaths here. Allow yourself 5 breaths to really embrace the down dog. Know the energy that it puts out. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. Let's take one last breath together. And then exhale, look forward. Jump, step, or walk, top of the mat. Halfway up, inhale, and fold deeply, exhale. Chair pose, bend your knees, arms reach, and then come to standing and release. You guys starting to get warmer? Yeah? Hey, I'm getting some serious, yes I am. It's like a cool breeze, I don't know, I was wondering if I'd even get you to sweat today. Inhale, reach your arms high. Hook your thumbs together and spread your fingers out wide. Let's open the feet about hip distance apart so you have a nice steady base. And then stretch over to the right side. As you stretch to the right, I want you to feel both feet really pressing down. So you feel just as much down energy as up energy, so that what's happening in you is an expansion. It's a really beautiful expansion. And then I want you to leave your hips exactly as they are. So kind of pay attention. Take the outer hip muscles and kind of hug them in so that your hips don't move. And then bring your right shoulder forward and your left shoulder back and turn your heart up to the sky. That little twist at the top should feel really good. Yep, lift your heart up and breathe. And then when you are ready, you face forward and return to center. Let's take it to the other side so it's a little stretch to the left. And then become a little bit more aware of making the base stable. The feet are grounded, the hips are hugging. And now from here, left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, and the twist comes from the heart. That's it. Breathe so it feels really good. Don't overstretch your body. If you were actually doing this for somebody else, you'd be way more sensitive about the way you did it and about what sensations came up. Face forward before you return to center. Take a breath and then exhale, let your arms go. Nicely done. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, fold in. Take a deep breath here, look up, and then take your peace sign fingers. Everybody knows like peace man, right? Like peace fingers, index and middle fingers. Take those 2 fingers and hook them around your big toes. Yep, hook onto the big toes so that your palms face each other, and then press your toes firmly down and start to draw yourself down into the pose. It's called Padangusthasana. We want to try to straighten the legs a little. They don't have to be fully straight. The feet should be at hip distance apart, and hip distance is really only enough for 2 fists. So some of you can measure, some of you can kind of guesstimate. I want you to think about an elongation of the spine. Yes, an elongation. That means the head, the very top center of your head, is drawing down toward your toes. Resist the temptation to bring your face to your knees. Take one more breath. And then release your fingers. Let's bend the knees about 90 degrees and reach the arms back. Stretch the arms back, but look out in front of you. That's it. I want your fingers fierce, like you're really reaching back. And the collarbones should feel super wide. And I want you to lift your belly off your thighs just a little bit. Yeah, so you might even want to lower your bottom a little bit and lift your heart a little higher. There. That's it. And it's going to challenge you. I can tell you right now that you're already starting to think like, all right, this isn't bad, but how much longer is she going to leave me here? And what if it wasn't about you at all? What if you just did this because it was good for the community? What if you just did this because you holding it is supporting the person next to you who wants to come out so badly? What if in this moment we could realize that the work we're doing here somehow supports the whole? Then I think we could have a little bit more staying power. Let's take one more breath. One. As you exhale, fold in. See, our yoga is to be of service. Bend your knees softly, tuck your tailbone and your chin, and just roll up slowly. Roll up slowly. That's it. Bring your feet back together. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Step, step back and lower on the exhale. Breathe in through your back bend and then exhale your way to down dog. Step the right foot up, turn the left foot flat. It's Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. And somehow we are all warriors. And if you just took a moment to look around, there's people in pink everywhere. They're starting to disperse from the walk, or maybe they're on their way back. I don't even know. But we do this for them. Or we do this with them. How about that? We do this with them. Now, find the best spot in your warrior. Sink in just a touch. And then let your arms come down and just clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, extend your spine a little bit, and then exhale, fold your right shoulder to your right knee and turn your gaze to your left foot. So look at the foot behind you. Look down at the foot behind you. So there's no twist here. Yeah. Hips are square. Everything still feels just like warrior. We call it humble warrior. Sink your hips just a touch, ground your feet, and on your next inhale, rise. Head up, chest up, belly in. Inhale again, arms reach, and then exhale, flow it out. Hands down, step back, and lower. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, down dog. Let's take one big, really big inhale together and open mouth, ah. That's it. And then left foot steps up, right foot turns in, so you become a warrior on the left. And this first part of the warrior practice, this warrior pose, is about just tuning in to the balance of your work, the reconciling of the opposites. The back foot pushes, but the right hip pulls forward. Turn your foot a little more forward for me. Yeah. So as the foot pushes into the mat and the right hip comes forward, there's a reconciliation of opposites, right? As you sink into your left knee, you can also reach a little higher, reach out of the pit of your belly. Once you find that best spot, sink in just a little. Let's take the arms down by our sides, clasp them together behind us, and begin to fold. Bow your head humbly. Look at your right foot. See if you can get the arch of your back foot to lift so the whole inseam of the back leg is supported. I believe that tapping into our humility when we do a practice of service is powerful. So we're going to root down into our feet, and we're going to pull the belly to the spine and then rise with the head up high. Lift your head, lift your chest. Inhale, reach your arms up, and then exhale, let's flow. Hands down, step it back, and lower. Inhale into cobra, and exhale back into downward facing dog. All right. One more breath. Now, the right foot steps up. Now I want you to take your left foot and step it up halfway, just a little bit, so it's a shorter stance. And then bring your hands onto your hips. Make both legs straight and both hips as square as you can. And we're going to just play with the sensations for a moment. Keep your legs straight and your spine really tall, and then inhale, come on up. That's it. Now that you're up, can you square your hips a little bit more? And then fold only halfway back down. Halfway. So even if you could put your head on your knee, I don't want you to. I just want you to fold halfway. Push your big toes down and lift your quadriceps up. Tighten up your thigh muscles. And then inhale, come on up again. You guys feel that? Yeah? Okay, fold again, halfway. This time you're going to release your hands down and maybe they touch the floor. Try to keep your spine long, keep your quads engaged, and just put a little love into that front leg. If you can't touch the floor, then grab your leg. I want you to have some support under you. Take one more breath here with a long spine, and then exhale, start to bend your head in towards your knee. Pull the belly to the spine and round. On your next inhale, come to a flat back again. Bring your hands back onto your hips, and in slow motion, rise up. Extend back a little bit if it feels good. And then step your feet together. Inhale, arms reach. Bless you. Exhale, forward fold. Come halfway up on the in-breath, and then take your vinyasa. Or you could do no yasa. If you're tired of the vinyasa, just step into down dog. Otherwise, you step back and lower. Take your back bend, and we all meet in that downward facing dog. Let's take the left foot and step it forward to the hands. And then step the right foot up a little bit. So your stance is a little shorter, your feet are flat. And then bring your hands onto your hips. That's it. And the challenge here is really to get the back flat. And I want you to push into your feet and then rise up slowly. As you come to standing, maybe you can square the hips a little more. You have a better sense of where you are, your weight on your feet. And if you're standing on a tightrope, like if you're standing as if you were like on a balance beam, right? I want you to widen your stance just a little bit. Make it more like that 2-fist space. See if that feels better. And then fold halfway. Just see what happens. Just watch the sensations. Let's press the big toes down and lift the quadriceps up. And then again, inhale, rise. All right, last time, we're gonna fold again. Spine stays really long. Chest reaches out past that front toe, and both knees are straight. Even if that hamstring is tight, it just means don't fold so far. It doesn't mean give up your foundation. That's it. Now you can let your hands down. If they don't touch, then just touch your leg. You need support under you. The spine is tall and long. The heart is seeking space in front of you. And then just humbly, again, bow your head to knee. Let the back round a little bit. And I know it's intense. I know that this doesn't feel good to everyone. And so I need you to be very aware that you are not doing anything that wouldn't serve the whole. If the energy that you are putting out in this pose doesn't feel good to you, it's not going to be good for anyone else. Let's lengthen the spine again. Push down through the feet, get your legs really solid. And with your hands on your hips, you're going to rise all the way back up. You can stretch back a little if it feels good. And then stand tall and bring your feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, fold. Come halfway up, inhale. Step back, and hold the plank pose. That's it. I want you to roll over onto your right side. And then I want everyone to take the left leg, and I want you to bend your knee, and I want you to put your foot right on the floor in front of you, right in front of your hips. So bend your knee and put your foot down. Now push into your feet and lift yourself higher. Does that feel good? Yeah? Now, left arm is reaching up high to the sky. Let's turn the palm forward and then reach the bicep over the ear. And just see how much space you can create in that side body. Keep lifting the hips. Keep lifting the ribs. Yes, use your feet. Try not to let your ribs poke out. Let it be more of a lateral stretch. So you're lifting into the side body. Yeah. Reach with your arm like right next to your ear. Stretch. And then left arm comes back up. The eyes go down, the hand goes down. You simply step back to plank and hold. Good. Roll over onto your left side. Take the right arm up and then lift that right leg. Bend the knee and step it on the floor in front of you. Just put it foot flat. You get support. Almost stepped right on your glasses. No, it's okay. I just didn't even see them. Push down, and lift up. That's it. See if you can get your hips to rise. Take the palm forward, reach the bicep over the ear. Feel the down and the up. Just lift your heart. You could even tip your ears back a little and shine the heart up a little higher. Take another breath, make it feel so good. And then the arm comes up, the eyes go down, and you return to plank. Take a breath. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, down dog. So that wasn't so bad, was it? Was it? No. Okay, good. So come forward into plank. It was fun, yay. Fun's always good. So we're going to roll to the right side again. Lift that left arm up. But this time when you lift your right leg up, oh, is that your left leg? That's your left leg. You're going to lift your left leg up. This time step it behind you, foot to the floor. Bend the knee and step it back. Yes, and now have a little more fun. Notice how important your feet, your legs are. Now lift your hips, lift your ribs, open your heart, reach that bicep over the ear. Oh yeah, find the space. Expand, offer yourself up of service right here, heart big. Take one more breath and then pull yourself together. Eyes down, hand down, plank pose. Breathe right there and then take it to the other side. Shift your weight. This time right arm is up, right leg goes up, and you step it behind you. And again, just try to find the most magnificent feeling place you can in this pose. Sometimes I even like to be on the ball of the back foot, not even the whole heel down. Sometimes I lift on the ball and I can get more out of my hip, and I just feel that stretch, and it feels so beautiful. And then I pull myself back together, pull the belly to the spine, and return to plank pose. Take a breath. Exhale, lower down slowly. Inhale into cobra, and then exhale back into down dog. That's it. Take one more inhale. Open mouth, ah it out. That's really good. Walk your hands back to your feet. So find your way to the back of the mat. Leave your feet at hip distance apart. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, fold. You're going to bend your knees a little bit so that you can slide your hands under your feet. I want you to slip your fingers all the way under into your heels so that your toes are by your wrists. And this is just as much about folding forward as it is about relieving any pressure from the wrist that happened from those planks, from the Vinyasa. And so we draw the crown of the head down, and maybe we straighten the legs a little. You get to play with it. You get to decide how much. Think about bringing your hips over your heels and your head down to your toes. Somehow the pose comes alive, and it creates something. It creates a feeling. And know that that is of service. Let's start to soften our knees. Slip the hands out. And then roll up slowly. Belly to the spine. Inhale, arms reach. And then hands come to the heart. Just take a moment. Could you imagine the presence that we have as people drive by and walk by? How in some way we're doing this for all of them. On your next inhale, let your arms reach high. And then exhale, fold in low. Lift and lengthen, look forward, inhale. And then walk to plank and just stay for a second and put your knees down gently for tabletop pose. The knees are right under your hips, your hands are under your shoulders. We're going to pull the belly to the spine and then reach the right arm forward and the left leg back. A little spinal balancing. I want you to actually use the back leg as much as you use the front arm. Think about that, if you can reconcile the opposites, the push and the pull. Can you also push down through your right shin and ankle and through your left hand, so the push down helps you rise up? Consciousness over effort. Pay attention to the little nuances so you don't have to overwork. We don't want it to be effortful. We want it to be mindful. Switch legs. Switch legs. Yes, there'll be so much out there. Yeah, you're a champ. Take one more breath. Let's lift just a little higher. And then if you would, bend that left knee. Reach your right arm behind you and grab your foot. Grab whatever you can. I like to grab the outside of the ankle or the shin or the foot so that my palm is facing to the right. Untwist your arm. Turn it the other way. Thumb up. The other way. Thumb up. Turn your hand. Yes, now grab. Okay. Now what happens there is the chest is wide open, and what you're going to do is use your leg power. Just use your leg power to make the back bend grow. See if you can use the extension of the leg to open up the chest, and the whole thing extends your spine. Keep your chest forward, your eyes forward, don't turn open. Lift that leg a little higher. Spread through your toes. Take one more breath, and then release into child's pose, right where we began. Let it go. Put your head on the earth and know that this moment of grace, of rest, is certainly for you, but it also serves the whole. Every bit of energy that we exude affects everyone and everything around us. Take a moment just to feel. What's going on in your mind? Is it consciousness? Is it love? Is it generosity? Is it agitation? What is it? Let's come back on our hands and knees and just play with the other side. Left arm forward, right leg back, belly to the spine. There is something amazing about feeling your muscles hug onto your bones, and then balance the actions of reaching forward and back, pressing down and lifting up, and having all of that happen in harmony. Having that all happen in balance. And that is your work. Everybody can be fierce. Everybody can muscle through. But can you find equanimity? Can you find balance in your work? Do your arm and leg feel like they're working to the same degree? If the belly fell out, can you invite it back in? Let's take one more breath and reach just a little more. Make the back leg as straight as possible. And then, in contrast, bend that back leg. Reach with your left arm. Reach around so your thumb is up and your palm is facing to the left. And then grab what you can. Grab the edge of your foot. Grab your ankle or your shin. And then try not to look left. That's such a common thing. We all look out to the left side. But I want you to look forward. I want you to keep your center of your chest forward. And I want you to use your leg to make the back bend grow. And for me, if I grab my foot, I don't get as much expansion as if I slide down toward my ankle or my shin. Then I can really lift, right? So when I reach back, if I'm grabbing my foot, I don't get as much as if I'm grabbing my shin or my ankle. Then I can really pick it up. Spread the toes and really expand. Be a little bigger than you. Go to a place you didn't even know existed in your practice. Take one more breath right there. And then let it go. Melt into child's pose. Humble. Again. Soft. Feel the breeze on your skin. The blessings of your health. You can stay in child's pose if it feels really good. Or if you're feeling inspired to move, you can do one last vinyasa, and we will all meet in a seated position. So you can stay for another moment in child's pose, or you can come up into down dog and flow through one more. I think they're both beautiful choices. So as you make your way to down dog, you're going to contemplate coming through to seated. And as you are in your child's pose, you're going to start to lift your head and swing your feet around in front of you. And so here we are all sitting together. I want you to unfold your legs so that your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the mat. Just put your hands on your knees for a second. Start to lean back a little bit. You'll know exactly where you belong. I want you to be in front of the tailbone, not squishing and sinking down into the tailbone, but just in front of it. You might even feel the tips of your sit bones on the mat. And then grow your spine a little longer, a little taller. And find your breath. If this feels like it's working for you, like you actually feel the muscle engagement, you feel strong and stable, like you can stay just like this, it's an amazing pose to strengthen your hip flexors and your back, your core. If you're feeling like you might have a little more in you, I'm going to ask you to then take your hands off your knees and reach forward. And I'm going to keep layering new options on. And if I go to an option that you feel fatigued or you feel like you're losing your form and it's no longer feeling empowered, it's actually feeling like it's diminishing you, I want you to go back to where you were and stay in the energy of feeling empowered. See what it feels like now to maybe lift your right foot off the mat. Just unplug it. Are you still breathing? go ahead and put that foot back down and switch to the other. You want to be able to gaze forward so the back of your neck is long. You're leaning back, but your head doesn't drop back. Yeah, don't drop your head back. Keep your chin level with the ground. Yeah. Put that foot down. And you can again choose to stay here, or you could pick both feet up. Make sure you're breathing, and it's nice if you bring the feet together. Make them touch. Make the knees touch, the ankles touch, the toes touch, like you're zipping up the midline of your body. And now some of you have your knees bent, but we've been in our hamstrings a lot today, so if you want to test the waters and see what it feels like, try straightening your legs. This could go down in history as the longest boat series ever, right? But we're taking it one breath at a time. And we're making sure that whatever energy is exuding from our practice is of purpose, of service. Let's see how it feels to open the arms wide. And if you're feeling so inspired, go ahead, take your arms up high. We're just going to take one more breath here and then come out with the same grace that we came in with. So open wide. Bring your arms forward. If your legs are straight, bend your knees. And then put your feet back on the mat. And then rest your head humbly forward on your legs. We bow our heads humbly. And we know somehow when we get home from yoga, we're nicer to the people we live with, right? We're nicer to the person who we run into in the store, and we might even hold the door for them as we run our errands on the way home. Our yoga works in amazing and mysterious ways. We change and we transform just because we show up. Let's keep our heads down and pull our bellies in and just roll till we're laying flat on our backs. Feel your body uncurl. Lay yourself all the way down. We're going to bend our knees, put the feet on the ground, arms by your sides. Take a nice deep breath in and push down to rise up. Let your hips come up off the floor. Bring your arms in a little closer. And if you're feeling like you want to, you could even clasp those hands together and roll the shoulders in a little tighter. I want to see all 10 toes working. And if you can, without looking, try to line up your heels right under your knees. And then push down just a little more. Give me a little tiny squeeze in your glutes. Feel the hamstrings working. You have some strength there in the back body, and that's what's going to help open that front body. Take one more breath, and then open your arms up and come down upper back, then middle back, then lower back. Tuck the tailbone under as you lower it. And then rest for a moment. Move the soles of your feet toward each other and let your knees drop naturally open. Reach your arms up over your head with your palms facing the sky and soften. The arms rest on the earth. They're soft. 2 more breaths, that's it. And as you complete this next breath, just open your arms out wide like a T and press them down into the floor. Bring your knees back up to center. And then without using your hands, I just want you to draw your right leg towards your belly and extend your left leg straight down. And then keeping your arms out wide, I want you to just organically twist your right leg over to the left side. So just, you don't have to shift your hips or anything. Just kind of like twist it. See how far it'll go. Stretch the knee toward the floor. Take a breath. And then roll back slowly. Yeah, so don't switch the hips. Let's release that right leg. Pull the left one in. Just pull it in, no hands. And then twist the left one over to the side. You end up a little on a diagonal, and it's kind of nice. Take a breath. Reach the left knee toward the ground. And then slowly roll back to the center. We're going to do one more time on each side. Go ahead, no hands. Right knee pulls in, left leg extends, and we twist over to the left side. No hands. Just go ahead and let your body untangle and wring out tension. And then roll back to center. Release the right leg and pull the left one in. Last switch. Yeah. Left knee reaches to the right and the body twists and wrings out the last bits of tension. And then rolling to the center. Release that left leg. Let's bring our arms in. Take a really nice deep breath in. Open mouth. Ah. Turn your palms to face up. Let your feet flop naturally. And just be still. Oops. Start to bring your attention to the stillness. And know that your stillness is holding space for all of those that are moving around us. You can start to breathe a little more deeply and start to awaken your body. And eventually, in your own way, in your own time, I want you to find your way to seated. As you come to seated, bring your hands together at your heart. We're going to take 5 deep breaths. And it's not really the deep that matters. Actually, what I would prefer is that the inhale be really natural. I want it to feel really good. Just like take an inhale and then see if you can slow down and elongate your exhale. Just make the exhale like this long, easy emptying. So we're going to do that 5 times. We're moving the same volume of air. We're just changing the pace at which we let go of the exhale. 5 beautiful breaths. Natural inhale, slowing down the exhalation. And then I want you to lift your head up high and lift your chest up high. And we'll close the practice. We'll seal our beautiful work today with that sacred sound of Om. So one beautiful Om that we will all sing together. When you're ready, fill your lungs completely. Thank you all so much for your grace, for your generosity, for your service today. It feels really nice to step outside of your own stuff for a change. Next week, I can make it all about you. Namaste. Namaste, namaste to everybody here. Thank you so much. Nothing but love. Thank you. Do you guys know that registration is open for something big? Our big event every year in Meisner Park Amphitheater. Last year we had over 1,500 people attend for yoga. It's kind of a morning just like this, except I bring in a special friend, an international recording artist from LA. He's a cool DJ, and he's going to rock some tunes for us in the amphitheater, and we should have maybe 2,000 this year. So registration is open. We have about 200 people already registered. So the amphitheater does have capacity. And so as we get closer to the event, we're going to, the momentum of the registrations really start to roll. So I would love to see you guys starting to put your name down. It is absolutely free. It is mine and Andy's offering to the community. This is our give back. This is our big expression of community. We pull all the way from Miami to Jupiter. We have amazing teachers from studios all over South Florida that are coming out to help with the teaching. And so you will be in very good hands, and we hope that you will be here January 1st to celebrate the new year with us. So go ahead to somethingbig2018.com. That's the website. Somethingbig2018, because that's what it is. It's big. Big, big, big. Yoga teachers, I still have a couple spaces for Costa Rica. I was getting full, and I just added 4 more rooms, so if anybody would like to join me, it's a teacher's retreat and training. So it's 7 days in Costa Rica, December 8th to the 15th. I have information here. I am so looking forward to bringing in new curriculum that I haven't shared in my teacher trainings, so that we can immerse in some new experiences together. What else do I have? New schedules. We added more classes for season. So starting on the 15th, Costa Rica. Yep, I have a few more spaces. Would love to have you. Oh, thank you, my love. And new schedule. If you haven't seen the schedule, we have added more afternoon classes, and we've switched around some of our teachers to make everything just a little bit better for you for the fall. So if anyone's interested, I have passes. Come to the studio, come and play with me, be my guest. I have free passes, and I have magnets for your car. If you would like to show that you're a Yoga Journey fan, you want to ride around with your car, Yoga Journey, sharing the love, I am happy to share it with you. So come and grab whatever you can. Yeah, that's 7-day retreat.
I looked at the dates. I can't do it.
The 8th to the 15th. Hi there. So good to meet you. Thank you for coming.
Great to meet you.
I have a feeling I'll see you again. Yes? I do. It won't be until next year. I'm doing an advanced training in January. That's for someone who's already a teacher, and they go to the next level. And then for the summer, I'm doing a regular 200-hour. It will be all summer. It's going to start in July and be done the first week of September. So we go, I think it's 8 or 10 weeks straight. Like we go every other weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start bringing information for that, but I feel like it's still kind of months away. But if you want to, in your head, think about summer, that would be awesome. Gives you some time to save money and plan your schedule. And yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Mwah. I loved having you.
What did you change for the schedule?
We added 1:15 every day across the board. And we have a couple new teachers there, and Marianne has taken over the Monday night at 6, and Jen is moved to meditation and yin. So we've added like a new round of afternoon classes. Yeah. Yes, that's the new schedule.
Yeah, I got that.
The schedule, and then passes. You guys want to come visit the studio? Have you been? Yeah, but this is a free class.
Oh, okay.
Come and see us. Yeah.
Great class.
Yes, of course. Do you want a magnet for your car? Magnet? Yeah, it's fun. This is the new schedule. Yep, we added some new classes. Thank you. Oh, people put money. That's so sweet. That's Costa Rica for teachers. Yeah. I'm planning regular retreats for next year, but this one is a teacher's retreat and training. So it's a 7-day like teacher training immersion, and we're going to retreat at the same time.